notice something different?
Where? Who?
We have a new
Shut up.
special guest.
Oh my gosh.
We have our first special guest.
Oh, our first
I'm the
special
first?
guest.
You're Colby's
Wow.
the first special
That's
guest.
awesome.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Look at that,
I shouldn't.
everybody.
If I say I'm the first, does that mean I don't watch your videos? I'm just kidding.
Clocked Archie.
Literally.
I clocked myself on
Anyways,
accident.
Welcome, Kolby.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Please.
Period.
That was so formal and cordial.
I know, that really was.
Thank you. I'm very happy
But
to be here.
Kolby is one of our besties from college, and we
Indeed.
figured what a great personality to have on the pod because
Facts.
this episode gonna get a little rowdy.
Yeah, this is actually going to be probably our funniest episode ever.
I'm so excited.
I'm not even kidding.
We have a
Colby's very
lot to
funny.
talk about, guys, so
Yes, we do.
buckle up and strap
Yeah.
in. Okay, guys, so we're gonna start with our segments. So we're gonna talk about our music, faves, song, album, and artist of the week, right? No,
Yeah.
song, album, and music video. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So we'll have our special
It's
guest
okay if you
start
don't have
first.
something. Wait, we're having our special guest start first?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I'm going to start with, well, I did forget to do the music video.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. We'll circle back. Favorite album, Lady Gaga's new album, Mayhem. That's been so good.
Melody and Mayhem.
Yep, there we go. So it's been so good. And then my favorite song of the week is off the album. It's called Perfect Celebrity.
Ooh, good. I've seen you post about that song a lot.
It's good. It's good.
It's not
I gotta
abracadabra.
turn that-
Abracadabra. That honestly, I was listening to that on the way here, and I was like, if I was like drunk or high at a rave, that song would actually scare me. Like it would probably send me into a panic attack. 'Cause it's like dun, 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 and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, that's valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
That'd be a good song for Halloween. I feel like because imagine you're walking into a haunted house and it's like doom, doom, doom.
That's a good song.
Okay, I need to listen to that album. I haven't listened to it yet. But okay, so my favorite song of the week. This is an old song, but I just started liking it. It's called "Head Over Boots" by John Party. Now, I heard this song when we went out the weekend before last, and I was like, oh, that's such a cute song. So that's my song of the week. And then my album of the week is Second Wind by Daniel Stevie. So if you remember from the last pod, we kind of touched on the Why Don't We drama.
Oh my God! Wait, we didn't even.
And we
did
didn't
we
give
give
y'all
an
an update. Technically, they won/lost their case.
Guys.
Ooh.
So what she means by that is basically they
Yeah.
didn't have to end up paying the amount of money that they were being sued for, which is $500 million, I think.
Right.
They're being sued for $500 million. And
Wow.
instead, the judge literally said, "Okay, pay them $1 each."
Yeah, they
So
literally
they paid
only
$4 literally.
But
And then, but also at the same time, they're no longer able to perform under the name Why
No.
Don't We?
or have access to the
or
music.
have access to their catalog anymore.
Yep.
So
What
you
in
know,
the world?
yeah,
It's
I've been out of the
crazy.
loop on this one.
that's okay. Stay out of
Yeah.
the loop because then you're not paying that man anymore because they're not even getting
Right,
the money
we're-
anymore
we're
for Why
not
Don't We?
streaming that. If
Yeah, I'm
y'all
not streaming
want to
that.
stream Why Don't We, go to the Google Drive. That's
There's a
on
Google
Why
Drive.
Don't We
Yeah,
update
literally.
OG. What is the account? Why
I
Don't
have
We
no- I
Shade
have
Room
no,
OG?
No, it's not a shade room. It's just Why Don't We
Why
Update?
Don't We Update Room?
or
One of
something.
them accounts.
I don't know. It's private. I'm pretty sure.
Anyways,
Whatever.
he put out his own album coincidentally a week after the trial, and it's really good. Y'all should give it a listen. So that's my album of the week. And then technically this isn't a music video, but I didn't have a music video, so I put the Megan Maroney Tiny Desk concert because that ate down. Just have to say it 'cause I
no, it's
love my
valid.
girl.
I think NPR Tiny Desk can fall into whatever category it
For
needs
sure.
to.
Okay, then
Because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
showcasing, you
Yeah.
know, the talent
Right.
that they're doing.
Okay,
But
cute.
yeah.
Okay, Mads, what you got?
Okay, it's Matt's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite song, Malcolm Todd, I think I talked about it last time about him dropping his single off of the album that's coming in April, Bleed. And that one was with Amar Apollo, which is
Love him.
it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Great song. Oh my gosh. I have another one, but I honestly, it's with Lucky Day in it. And I hear it a lot
yes.
at my job. Hold on. Good for now. And it's Child. It's like Child with 3 eyes. and Lucky Day.
Child.
Okay.
Good for now. That's a really good song.
Child.
I really like that song. Definitely take a listen to it. Okay, sorry. Besides the point. Music video. My music video is gonna be Bleed. Malcolm Todd, Amar Apollo. We actually watched it when it first premiered. We saw the whole countdown and everything. And there were some cameos in there. Our man Jack Harlow popped out, and so we think that Malcolm Todd is gonna kind of fall under Jack Harlow's wing. Kind of he believes in him, so he's gonna be really putting him out there.
Yeah.
And then, what did I say is my album? LOL. I said Malcolm Todd, LOL. Because Malcolm Todd, although the album is not out.
She's already claiming it.
I'm already
She
claiming
just
the
knows it's
album.
gonna be
I know
good.
it's going to be good because I love Malcolm Todd. I think I said that last time. So, those are my 3.
Okay. I have something for video now.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Period.
Okay. I don't know. I'll just take someone's mic, I guess.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Leon Thomas Tiny Desk concert.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was a good one. It was 2 weeks ago, but awesome. Loved it.
Period. Very good. Very good. Okay, y'all. So for pop culture playbook, okay, I got a story for mine. So let's just get into it. So for my pop culture, I'm gonna talk about International Women's Day, and it's also gonna go into my sports too.
Okay.
But I'm gonna talk about International Women's Day because y'all need to get y'all a man that literally supports you just for being who you are, a woman. So my man bought me breakfast and had a date on FaceTime for International Women's Day.
Period.
Get like him.
She said get like him.
That's all.
Amazing.
Okay.
Let me
What
do
you
mine.
got for pop culture?
All right, for pop culture, so it's been this trend on TikTok. I don't know if y'all have heard the song, so I'm going to play a little bit of it.
Okay, gotta stop it. Copyright.
Oh, I forgot about that, actually. And I should know. I got my degree in music business. And I took 3 law classes, so I should know.
Okay.
It's the Megan Thee Stallion one. And it's just basically her twerking at her concert, and everyone's been putting this song over it, but twerking in slow motion.
Please.
And I probably sat and watched 10 to 15 videos the other night because it was so mesmerizing.
Wow.
Does she got a recoil?
Yeah, it's like water. It's honestly, I'm they should just use that for a Dasani commercial or something.
Not the Dasani.
Not the water.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Slay. Period. All right, Madison, what you got?
My pop culture, I said this last week as well. I'm sorry I'm not original. But the Bad Baby in Alabama Barker beef, it's still going. It's still going for 2 weeks.
Still going.
But it's still going. So we love that one. We love that beef. I just love the beef. Bad Baby's gonna come and kick Alabama Barker's butt.
She sure is. She's and
coming
her baby
for her.
daddy.
Did you see that freaking? You know what? This is it instead. It's in relation to the drama, but there's literally. I opened my TikTok at work today for 5 seconds. The first thing that comes up on my For You page is a video of a girl who's she screen recorded Alabama Barker and the man that she just posted with on TikTok. She screen recorded it, and then she went to her Snapchat messages, and this man is in her DMs.
Oh.
Her in her Snapchat. Yes,
Wow.
girl.
No.
In her Snapchat while Alabama's literally posted with this man. Literally posted. She was oh, and then she quoted a Bad Baby lyric.
That's crazy.
She said whatever the one you let them. I'm actually not gonna say that, but
Okay.
y'all can infer.
I also rap.
Yeah.
Kolby
Also does rap.
I'm gonna play a voice memo.
No, we're not gonna do that.
No.
We're not gonna do that because I would. No.
Any
I
visual.
have to keep my job.
That. But playbook wise, okay, so also tying into sports for International Women's Day, I was at the Nashville soccer game, and they did a Barbie game day for International Women's Day, and it was the most fun sporting event I've ever went to.
That's awesome.
It was so cute. Everything was pink. They had the nets pink. They painted on the field pink. Pink was everywhere. They had pink bandanas. Everybody was so nice. Everybody kept coming and be like, "Hey, Barbie!" It was so cute.
Bands sing at that show.
She did.
That's one of someone I know.
She did the halftime thing, and then Kat Luna she used to be Kat and Alex, but she did the national anthem, and they both slayed.
Yeah.
So I had a great experience, and that's what I got for sports wise. And they won the game, so period. So.
Amazing. For my sports experience, I guess on Saturday, I went to my first Preds game, which was super fun, right?
Yeah.
So I just went with a friend, Miriam, their roommate, and it was so fun.
Oh,
First Preds game, I think it would be more fun being in the crowd though, because I was in the suite and I didn't really know anybody, and it was just kind of quiet. And I was like, no, I want to be down there being like,
Yeah,
wind
with
it up.
the rally towels and the little bongers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, what about you, girl?
My was going to be like Vanderbilt actually making, well, we find out on Sunday, but Vanderbilt's pretty much in March Madness, basically,
Okay.
like with their prediction to be there. But it was going to be
today?
that there was an SEC, the SEC tournament started today. And guess who lost?
Yeah.
Vanderbilt University. It was like 72-79.
Dang,
And I was like,
close, though.
first of all, we were supposed to beat Texas because, you know,
This ain't
we
this.
played Texas. We played Texas before. And we did a like pretty good job, but like, and we beat them, but it was at home. And what I've learned is that Vanderbilt University this year, just basketball wise, is like a home team. So
Girl, they didn't win. They was playing at home when we went.
The one game you went to, like literally the one game, like
Well,
Of course, it was against Arkansas too.
I guess they're just a team then.
they're just a team. Is crazy.
I got invited to that game.
I'm still like
today. I
literally
didn't
anchoring
go.
down. Anchoring down, but yeah, they lost their game today. So
They're
whatever.
also anchoring down.
Go Cats because they play soon. So
Yeah.
Go Cats, maybe we'll make it far. Hopefully.
I don't know anything about basketball. I don't even know the difference between March Madness and the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Is it the same or is it college?
no. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get into the topic of the pod, which is going to be our pet peeves. Now, boy, do we got a lot to talk about, okay? So,
You know what? Let me go first because I
Yes,
have
I'll
the
let you go
least,
first.
I feel
Okay, go
like.
ahead.
Okay.
And I'm going to be just agreeing with a lot of the things you guys say.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have very niche,
Okay.
no, I agree.
like, pet peeves, okay? But
Okay,
it's not, they're
very
not
good.
as long, okay?
So, go ahead.
So let me start with when the recipe is at the very bottom.
Oh, I agree
Nothing
with that.
pisses me off
hate
more
that.
than when I'm going to look up a recipe
Yeah.
and they have to give a fucking soliloquy, writing a 3-page paper, giving a fucking essay about why they like this thing so much. Baby, I didn't ask. And if I wanted to, you should just put it afterwards. I can look at the stars. I can look at how many reviews there are. I can see that it has 4.5 stars or however many stars. Okay, that means I'm gonna trust y'all, okay? Look,
Why
I'm
are we
gonna
seeing the
make
comments
it.
before the recipe?
Why am I seeing all that before it? I'm getting 16 different pop-up ads on top of that. So I'm just like, stop. Put the recipe at the top.
Will they ask you for your email address?
Yes.
Yes, send the recipe.
Dude,
or if you're on Facebook and you click
get
the
10%
link.
off today. Like,
I just asked ChatGPT at this point. I'm like, how do
No,
I
we
make
can't.
this?
They be killing the trees. We can't be
Oh.
using ChatGPT,
Well,
apparently.
I never watched the Lorax, so
Kolby said,
I've never been to
let
Ubu
it
Java.
I've never been to Ubu Java.
Ubu Java. Okay.
No, I
My
agree with that, though.
Jesus Christ, this next one is very ironic. People on speakerphone in public. Okay, I work a very cool job where I'm like just seeing a lot of people on a day-to-day basis. I'm not gonna say where, but people. Well, okay, I work retail. Okay, let me give it a little bit more specificity, but. I'm in line a lot of the time, okay? And I'll be like checking people out, ringing them up, right?
ring them up.
Motherfuckers will straight up be on speakerphone, like, and like trying to have a conversation with them and have a conversation with
With
me.
their phone up to
Oh,
their
Like
ear?
my
literally
gosh.
like this, like sitting there talking like this. Okay, thank you. Like,
No.
not even like my other job, okay? And it's still retail, but like there will be a lady, she'll be looking through the clothes, but she's talking loud as hell to her fucking whoever's on the phone with her.
Okay,
I'm like,
but
girl.
To go with that, people who are on speakerphone in their car and have it turned all the way
All
up.
the way
You
up.
can hear it from outside of the car.
I'm at the red light and I'm like,
Bro.
oh, you guys are getting a divorce?
Yeah, literally.
Right, like, why
Y'all
am
having
I
that
hearing
conversation
your
on
whole
10.
conversation
Anyways.
outside the car. I
Anyways.
agree with that one. That's pretty good.
Okay, the next one I titled Get a New Character, The Vortex.
Oh.
Okay, if y'all don't know what the vortex is, I'm gonna explain for you, Kolby.
Okay.
But
Yes, the
they
vortex.
actually named it this in the show that we were watching, and it's
Yeah.
all American. Okay, if you know what the vortex is, it's basically when like main characters like date each other. Like they don't switch up, they don't like find a new character. Like literally everybody is dating one another, and this will go on for like however many seasons they're
It's
on the
their
show.
friend group,
And like All American is like 4
So, like,
seasons,
Riverdale.
4 or
It's
5
actually
seasons.
5,
Yes,
yeah.
Riverdale.
Riverdale.
Yes, it's
Yes,
really
like these
well.
are like for going on for 5 seasons,
And they
and
have
no, but
superpowers all
everybody
of a
will be
sudden.
dating each other. I'm like,
yeah.
why are we dating each other? Why is there nobody else that goes to your school that you think is attractive? Why can't you go find somebody else? Why is you got to be at school? Why can you go
Asher's
bring
the
it
only
in?
one that got somebody else.
That's what I'm
Everybody else
saying.
dated
Bring somebody
everybody.
else in.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's a good point.
That messes me. Okay, and this kind of goes along with the TV show and movie realm. So if you're like, a writer, like let's change this, please. Let's start this now. Let's
sorry.
start the change now.
Okay, what you
Yapping
got, girl?
in critical situations. If there's a monster chasing you, why are we taking an extra 10
Oh my
seconds
goodness.
to have a conversation about the monster chasing you? I am literally not any more passionate
passionate.
about
I'm
anything
about
else
to
in
say
this
you were
world.
passionate
And,
about that.
like, we're sitting and they're like, oh, okay, so what should we do? Like, I'm like, bro, keep moving.
It's
because
like
you're
the
letting the
scary
monster
movies
keep up
that are
to
literally
you.
Like,
Yeah.
oh no, should we leave?
Should we leave? Like, bitch, you should have been gone
He has a
15
knife.
minutes ago. You should have been gone as soon as you even heard.
How do you even right?
so
How do you
she-
even get in the situation?
Right, no, literally. Like, you should have been gone then, okay? That makes me so mad, okay?
Real.
Now, the next couple about to ruffle some feathers. I can't even lie, y'all.
Oh, I'm scared.
These are like more like very niche things, and this is like not targeted toward anybody, okay?
I don't
In
know.
my
I feel like
personal
if you
life.
said that, then it has to be. I feel like if you
Low-key,
said
yeah.
it's not targeted.
Okay.
That's like when someone says, "Not to be racist," and then it's always racist.
So one of them, like I said if it's not like rap or hip hop, it's not black, and what I mean by that is that like a lot of people like are very like much so like if you listen to an artist like it's alternative or maybe just more on the popular side, like they don't associate black people with being able to break out in those scenes. It's kind of like it kind of similarly talks about Beyonce and like
about to
being
say,
in the
we're
country
gonna
realm.
mention the country
It's
realm
like
with Shaboozey,
okay, but nobody takes it
Beyonce.
seriously because Beyonce is Beyonce. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that. Nothing pisses me off more when then somebody's like, I'll be like, oh, I listen to some K Tronada. K Tronada's like DJ, and he goes, sorry. I'm talking too fast, but like he's like DJ, but he also touches in the R&B realm. He also works with hip hop artists. Like overall, he's more in like the DJ, like beats and instrumental side of things.
No, right.
And so a lot of people were like, like whatever. That's not black music. And like just because like I don't listen to like hip hop as my predominant like genre.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you're not really black for real. Like I'm like,
that's
what's
crazy.
What are y'all talking about?
Right.
Like, do y'all not listen? Do y'all not branch out and do other things with your life? Like, have you not lived outside of your own little bubble? Like, what's going on? Okay, so that just pisses me off.
Yeah.
And then the next one, sorry guys, I'm so sorry, but I don't like when people say sure. When people are like, you're explaining something to somebody and they go, sure, like,
Sure.
I do that.
Sure.
So I do that.
I'm so sorry. And I'm so sorry. Because, like, for me, the word sure, and this is, like, probably my own personal, like, beef and trauma that I'm bringing out onto the word sure.
Right.
But, like, okay, so
You're
when I
projecting.
was, for sure.
Like, is it like, are you sure? Like,
No,
are you
no,
sure?
not are you sure. Sure.
like,
Just saying sure.
Sure.
When I was
Sure.
younger, me and my older brother, we used to argue about like he would be like sure, and I'd be like, that's not yes or no. To me, sure does not mean yes or no.
It's not
Sure
a
means
definite-
like
okay.
I'm kind of picking up what you're putting down, but like I'm just gonna agree for the
It's
sake of the
giving,
conversation.
Do you want to come?
Sure. Like sure is not yes or no. Like, do you
Yeah.
want to be there or do you not want to be there?
Right.
Like sure is like
Right.
I'm not completely yes, but like there's still some no and doubt in there. And for me personally, I like somebody who's gonna be like yes. Like
It depends on the
yes.
person for me, because sometimes I'm the one who's like, sure.
Yeah, but I
If
think
we're
it's
not tight like
passive.
that, I'll be
So,
like,
yeah,
sure.
I think it's just passive.
It is.
And I just don't like that it's passive. Like,
Right.
I
Yeah.
feel like if I'm having a conversation and I feel like what I'm saying is like worth and you're asking me questions about it,
Yeah.
like, you saying sure, like, you should be like, no, I don't understand. Like, let me, like, and I'll be like, okay, cool. Let me clarify for you. Let me give you a little bit more information to help you out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, not like, sure. Like,
It's giving,
fuck?
I guess.
yeah, I guess. That's literally, that's how I feel, okay? So, sorry.
Maybe.
And like I said, it could be, like I said, just PTSD. My brother used to piss me off when he used to
Sure.
say that shit when we were younger. So,
Yeah,
that's
it probably
all.
is.
Okay.
Yeah,
It is
anyway,
that.
so those are my pet
Thanks
peeves.
for sharing.
Is that all
Those
of
are
them?
Madison's. Yeah. I told you it's
okay.
not that long.
It's okay.
Okay.
Should I go next or you want to go
Yeah,
next?
no, you go next.
Let's just go down the line.
Because I know you got a bunch.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how are you? Here we go. All right, so my first one is slow walkers.
Ooh.
That's a good one. I didn't put that.
I can speak on that too.
Oh,
but
see,
go ahead.
I didn't even say my other ones. I
Oh.
definitely did have another list
You
because I said
did.
it had old people driving in
Yes,
there.
we'll
But we'll
get
come
to
back.
it.
We'll come back
circle
to
back
that.
one.
Trust. Yeah, slow walkers, especially, and I have a lot with walking in mind,
Me
so we'll
too,
go to the
yeah.
the other one later. But like, for example, if I'm at Shelby Park and I'm walking the trail, and you were just walking like, barely even walking, just like move over. Let me, let me pass you. Or if we're in the middle of downtown and I should not be stepping on your heels. You know what I mean?
We should be getting a move on.
Yeah.
No.
Why
and
are we stopping?
To go with that, I'm saying people who like don't pick a direction to walk. Like if we're
Don't pick a
walking two
direction.
ways, you better just pick one side and stick to it. Don't be like, oh, I don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
Going
I
off
hate
of
that.
I hate when people
Yes.
stop.
Oh.
Stop. But people will fully
Stop in the
walking
middle.
In the middle of
Yes.
like where people are going, like at a mall.
Yeah.
People just stop. And they'll start turning around looking and like, babe, people are behind you.
Just go on the
Move-
side.
Go to the
Yes.
side.
It's, I
Go
think
to the side.
I
Walk
think
into
the
the store.
Yes.
I think all of that is just the main point is I should have said people without situational awareness. I think
Very
that's
good.
That's
the
a
biggest
really,
one.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
way to over.
to umbrella it is
Yeah.
these people just don't have situational awareness.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, my next one, and this is it's
Direct.
people who chew with their mouths open.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Like
We don't need the ASMR. We don't need that. No. Hate
I'm
it.
just I don't understand
Speak on it.
because chewing with your mouth closed isn't difficult. I think it's one thing if like you're struggling, like if you're sick and your nose is stuffy and you like if you're eating and you can't breathe through your nose, like you would just like die.
No.
You know what I mean? So like you
Yeah.
kind of have to chew with your mouth open a little
If you have
But-
to do that, they'll do it on your own time. Not
in your own place, in your own
just-
home,
Different way of like chewing with your mouth open and then like,
and like
there's
smacking.
like-
You're right. I think smacking is what
versus like
because
you can take your time and chew, babe. You don't
she was
have to
eating a
take-
bagel. Listen, she was eating a bagel. Oh, it's like it's irking me even now. This was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
She was eating a bagel and she was like,
Yeah.
and I was like,
no, and it's too slow for me. Like, get
No.
done. Just get done with
and
it.
her mouth was her jaw was moving like she was a cow eating grass.
Yeah, like
I was like, yeah. I was like, are you okay?
Are you okay? It's
Heifer?
crazy.
I'm just kidding. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Did we already say the slow drivers?
Yes, we
Okay, yeah, well, I gotta get on that
not
too
slow
because
drivers, but yeah.
I think my thing is, especially, I think this is the pet peeve of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Slow drivers when we're merging onto the interstate. Oh my! Get up to speed. Well, how am I supposed to? How am I supposed to?
get in?
And then, like, especially when there's like semis coming, and you can like, I'm like, just hurry up and go
Yeah.
because I can't like, I just can't do it. I just can't because we shouldn't be going 30 miles an hour as we're getting onto the interstate. Like you should already be matching the speed, especially around Nashville. Like all of the highways and stuff are 55, which I go faster than that, but that's just the minimum. And so if you're going 30 and the people next to us are going 55, like come on. So yeah,
I have
hate
something
that.
to go along with that though.
Yes, go ahead.
People who are going slow in the left lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do y'all
Yes.
think the left lane was made for?
Passing,
To pass.
yeah.
So why
To
the hell are we
pass.
going 20 miles an hour?
And if I pass you in the right lane, that's just
That's an
annoying.
issue.
That's
That's
annoying.
an issue.
That's
You
an
should be
issue.
driving faster.
Yeah.
And semi trucks in the left lane. Why are we in the left
Oh,
lane?
that's another
Ooh,
one.
semis are
Just
left.
semis in general.
Yeah, semis
I don't
in
like
general, but why
semis
are
at
we in the
all.
left
No,
lane?
they
I
should
think
have
we
their own
should, like,
highway.
Abolish.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. Get
Use
their own
trains, I don't
highway.
care.
I'd be
They do
scared.
use trains. That's the problem.
I
There's,
almost
just,
got
there's a
by
lot of
a
issues
semi.
with that, but like, yes, you should not be allowed to.
What
be in the
happened to
left lane.
Elon Musk and his drones?
LOL. Yeah, you're supposed to be delivering packages.
Come on.
With that.
Okay, is that all you had for that?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can keep going.
All right, perfect. So this one, not all, but just a lot of old people, but not all, because I do think that old people can be really sweet and strong. They've lived a lot of life. They've been through a lot of things. But wow, are there some old people who I just want to punch?
Yeah.
You know, like especially the ones who are just mean and cranky.
Ooh, I know.
Yeah.
And like the old people who are driving, which we think we mentioned already too.
Oh,
That's a whole.
That's
We'll
a
get to that
itself.
later.
We're gonna come back.
We'll
to
come
that.
back. We'll circle back.
We'll circle back to that because
But
the way it's been brought up
It's
twice.
I'm like we'll circle back. But yeah, that was just one. But not all old people, because I do.
there are some sweet.
There are
old people.
some sweet.
I
But
agree.
working in coffee shops for a while, I dealt with a lot of really rude, mostly old men, which isn't surprising.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
just old white men. Maybe that's what I need to say. That's my pet peeve. Another one is people who ask dumb questions. Nothing irks my nerves more.
I agree with that.
Oh,
honestly, I really
I'm
do.
like, Google it.
I thought it sounded mean at first. You know, like when you're in class and someone asks a
no
question
dumb
that's already been
question.
fucking answered.
Yeah.
Why are you
That's-
asking it or just
yeah.
not paying attention? Like that
That
pisses me
I'm like,
off.
phone a
'Cause Why are
friend.
we wasting the time on that?
Yeah.
Right.
Ask somebody else around you.
Yes.
Literally.
Google it.
Literally.
Ask ChatGPT.
And then the teacher's always like, I already answered this question. And then they
can
get
help them?
attitude. Yeah,
can
they
help
get
them
so
out?
much attitude.
Which is a
after
pet peeve
that.
of mine as well. So I just get annoyed easily.
Yeah, me too.
Valid,
Truly.
valid.
I've been doing better. I've been taking ad time. I've been taking Ollie stress gummies, and they've actually been kind of working. So yeah,
Ollie sponsor us.
yeah, sponsor us, Ollie. Thank you so
We
much.
love your ashwagandha.
And Ollie Pop.
We do
They're
love
not the
that
same
actually.
thing,
Oh,
but both with
and
Ollie.
Pop. I don't. Well, let me not say that.
Don't say that. I love Ollie Pop, specifically the ginger ale one.
Ooh,
Okay,
very
so
Very good.
I'll give you my address, Ollie Pop, if you see this. All right. Okay. Okay. So when really pretty girls post their ugly boyfriends on Instagram, I can't. Especially like Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh, nothing makes me more upset
Oh my God.
than when I see. I'm like, oh, she's so pretty, and then I'm like, what is that?
What is
What
that?
What is that?
It's crazy.
And I'm like, I'm not saying I'm the hottest man, but
That's so.
and I'm not even playing for that team, but it makes me want to. It makes me want to be like, girl, come here, just let me, cause, woo, cause they're all. Oh, I can't even get into it. It just
Wait,
makes
I
me
have one
upset.
Going off of that
Okay.
Too. Is girls that post their man and then they post a new man like a couple
Oh.
like weeks later.
Yeah, I'm like,
Why
just
are we
Maybe
claiming
we should
multiple
just
men?
get off the
maybe
internet.
right.
maybe we should soft launch for several months.
I don't even think we should soft launch. You
Oh.
should know that that man is going to be like your husband if you're gonna post him because it just I don't know. I'm not slut shaming either, but like, why are we posting 12 different men?
She's like, I'm not slut shaming, but at the same time,
No, but it's like, and I don't be keeping up with people for real because again, that's their business. But like, I'll go to somebody's story and like you said, like on Valentine's Day, they have a whole new man than they had like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we like Happy Valentine's Day for my forever? You
that
just
and
met
no, wait,
him.
hang on.
You just met him.
That in itself actually should be one of mine because I hate when people are like dating for like 1 or 2 months and then they post
2 months.
2 months forever to go, and I'm like,
2
A
months
lifetime
down, forever
to
to go.
no, I'm sorry, I'm not saying that until
Happy 4 weeks.
Bro, so that ring is on my finger, babe.
right.
Wait, that just brought up another one for me.
Okay.
When people post their baby and they're like, happy 48 months.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
say your baby is 2 years old.
Yeah. Why are we
Please.
using months? And also,
After 12,
I don't like when people
it's
have
a
ugly
year.
babies.
Chelsea, you said 48 months. And you said, so
I
your
said
baby is 2 years old.
Wait, isn't that like 4?
That's 4 years.
So,
Oh.
if 2 + 2 is 4 and 5 + 5 is 10, then what the hell is
12
this?
months is a year. So 48. Oh, I thought I said 24. I meant to say 24.
You said 48, babe.
You were so
I said 48,
convinced.
but 24 was in my head.
Don't put this
But
on your resume.
48 48
Do
is
not
4
leave
years.
this episode on the
2
resume.
years is 24 months. I'm
It's
aware.
okay. It's
Anyway.
okay.
But yeah, you know what I meant though. Like if you're
Oh.
posting these
sorry.
many months, you don't need to be like
Ooh.
it's a year at that point. Anyways, sorry. Go
It's
ahead,
been, yeah.
Nicole, sorry.
Oh, this, okay. No, I think this is actually, I know I've said every single one of these is like my most, but this one actually pisses me off like no other.
It just grinds your gears.
It does. And I'm stubborn and I will not move.
Oh.
Okay. So here's how this goes for the next two. I hate your hair and makeup today. I hate when there's like two or three people walking towards me on a sidewalk and they're taking up the whole sidewalk
Oh my
and they
God.
see that I'm coming
Why
and they don't move.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, guess what? You can walk behind one another. Did you know that? Did you know that you can actually slow down and get behind your friend whom you know? And they'll try to like push you off the sidewalk.
Why am I in the grass?
No, I shoulder check. I don't care every time.
Yeah.
He said that.
Every
honestly,
time,
I shoulder
every
check
time.
too.
I'm like,
Because why are we not moving?
I don't care. I did it to an old couple the other day, and I was like, I actually
Why
don't
are
feel
we
bad.
Not moving.
That's-
Not an old.
Not a old girl.
I just was
This
like,
is like we should name this episode like old people slander.
no, I do love old people to an extent, because like I think about my grandma, who's not even that old. Actually, she would kill me if she saw this, because she would be like, "Who are you calling old?" Because she's in her 60s, so she's
Babe,
actually not
yeah,
that old.
No, my
But
grandmother
she's
was-
getting
She ain't
older. She's getting
in her
older.
late
You know what I
80s,
mean?
like
She's getting
her-
older, and I'm like, I want people to be nice to her. So it's kind of changed my perspective on, old people.
Yeah.
But I am a little ageist, and I'm working on that. And
Okay.
I keep asking the Lord to help me
We
not be
acknowledge
ageist.
that.
Yeah,
We acknowledge that.
exactly. But I don't really want to be old, so I'm kind of like, hey, Lord, like you can take me after probably like 60 years, honestly.
Kolby.
I'm sorry.
God go mess around and have you live into 105.
Oh my
Be the oldest man.
I know he's gonna be like you're gonna be like 99 children, like Abraham. I'm like, oh gosh, please,
Yeah, good luck
please,
with
Lord.
that.
Okay.
So anyway, my next one. Okay,
Uh-huh.
cyclist. Oh, nothing. I keep saying nothing I hate more to all of them because that's how you know they're all annoying.
That bothered
cyclist.
me yesterday. Because why is a bike in the lane on the road? There's a
Oh,
bike lane.
that-
Why are we in front of me?
I also mean when I'm like walking
the
a trail,
driving lane.
specifically. So I live over in Weston, Nashville, and so it's a very walkable part of town.
Mm-hmm.
And cyclists will just bob and weave, but especially at Shelby Park. If you guys have ever been to Shelby Park and like walked the trail, cyclists will just fly behind you. And I'm like, I have my headphones in. I can't hear you. And unless you want to ride in the grass, I suggest you stop going 30 miles an hour, like speeding past me. You know what I mean? It's so
Yeah.
annoying. And so I think I just don't like it because they go fast and it feels like they have no care for anybody else walking, if that makes sense. Because sometimes if someone's walking or running this way and I'm running this way, the cyclist will just like go right between you. And I'm just like, damn.
Was
Anyway.
it ever that serious?
No, I can't. So I just have it like visions where I just kick their tire and they fall down. I just haven't done it yet.
What a vision.
It is. That's how there was an old version of myself that I was like, I should go to anger management. And then I just didn't. And then it got better. So
He said, and then
no, I just didn't. But yeah, there's been a few times where I'm like, I just wanted to kick their tire and like watch them stumble and be like, oops, sorry.
Oh.
Anyway,
my.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Speak on it.
Yep.
You got
Okay, I do have a few more. Thanks for sticking with me. I have two more.
Okay.
Mean baristas. Oh my gosh. I was a barista for like 8 months, okay? There are people who are annoying in the coffee business, and there are people who ask really stupid questions.
Yeah.
Like, I've had someone say, can I get an iced cappuccino? And I'm like, actually, no, you can kiss my ass. But I don't like when baristas are mean, because I'm like, girl, you're making $10 an hour. You genuinely can't afford to be mean, because first of all, I'm not going to tip you anyway, whether you're nice or mean. So
Don't turn that iPad around.
no, don't.
Right.
Right,
I- it's
oh,
on my
that's
list.
okay.
It's on
We'll
my
talk
list.
more about it.
It's on my
We'll
list,
get
yeah.
there. Don't even worry.
We'll get there. Trust.
I say that, but now I work a corporate job. When I was working for tips, I was like, please tip me. But now I'm like, actually, no. Anyway. Actually, no.
Turn the iPad back around.
Right. Okay, my last one. Republicans. Specifically the Trumpies, but most of the time it's usually
turned into a political pod.
all Republicans. I had to get it out there. Let's reel back in then. Okay, we're back. I had to cut a little bit because I said a little unhinged things. I do that every once in a
We
while.
all do.
Hey, we'll drop
I'm
the
taking mine
unedited
out too.
version on Patreon.
On Patreon.
On Patreon.
We'll pay for it. Very good.
I want 5%. Perfect. All right, so those were my pet peeves. Now we're gonna turn it
Okay.
over to Kelsey Scott.
Okay, guys.
Kelsey's got some
so-
ones that were like is gonna wrap up. Like,
Yeah,
all
I'm
of
wrapping
ours
it up because I agreed with a bunch of theirs. But, okay, my number one pet peeve for me personally, anybody who knows me knows I cannot stand this, but it's people who take my damn food, okay?
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to give the PSA to all y'all, okay? If we ever eating together and you even take a fry off of my damn plate,
She's adding my sister.
I'm
my
literally,
sister
it's
listens to this.
raps because I just cannot stand when people take my food. It takes 2 more seconds of your
It's
time
a
to be like,
wrap.
hey, can I try some? Hey,
Yeah,
can I have a bite?
baby.
Why are you reaching in my food? You ordered food too. Eat your own. Okay. Anyway.
She says this, but she doesn't ever finish her food.
I really don't. And that's what I'm saying. If I don't finish it, here you go. But you don't need to be grabbing off of my plate.
But the gag is,
The gag is.
I love Keke Palmer. That should be my
gag.
pop culture. Okay,
Okay.
rewind. Whatever the rewind sound is. Going back to pop culture, Keke Palmer is just my everything. I think that she has been the best thing to happen to social media for a long time. Okay,
Amen.
resume.
Okay. And then my next one. Okay, so this is along with the people driving, but people who merge at the last second, okay? You see this fucking arrow way before you need
see it.
to get
It says
like,
exit only
over
a mile away.
Why are we waiting till right before the end of it to get over?
If you're paying attention, it says
Yes,
that like
you can
miles
see
away.
that it's
Not
merged.
Yeah.
even 1 mile. It tells you like, hey, this is the exit for this stuff, and it gives you like 6 different
Yes,
signs before you
literally.
even get off on that exit.
Yeah.
Hell, Google Maps tells you 12 times before you gotta take your exit, and y'all still somehow miss the damn exit. Like,
Yep.
come on.
Or like when people, oh my gosh, when they're missing an exit, so they sit
and
in
they
like
go-
so they sit in like the merge, especially on the interstate. You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about? So they'll just sit there trying to get in, and I'm like, we're going 70 miles an hour right now. You're not getting in this
That-
lane.
Okay, and then along with driving again, people who don't know how to use their blinkers because we live in
Valid.
Nashville and
Valid.
nobody here just knows how to use a blinker. Apparently, it's just an accessory to their car.
Whew.
And you think I'm gonna let you over without your blinker?
Hell no.
Right.
You're funny.
I wasn't gonna let you
You're
over anyway,
funny.
but especially
Yeah,
without the
literally,
blinker.
Especially without blinker.
Yeah, especially without that blinker on you.
Uh,
You praying for it.
I rear-ended somebody one time because,
Oh,
well, listen, they didn't use a blinker.
Like, hear me out.
Hear me out. They didn't use a blinker, and
Okay,
they made
well.
this a really wide turn to where their car started going left. So I was like, oh, they're turning left. And then they started going like this, and all of a sudden they whipped back to the right. And so I like barely hit them. And it was like this 40-something-year-old white man. And I was like, you should have used your blinker. And he
Should've.
goes, you know, you're right. So let's just not. He's like, we're not even going to call like insurance or anything.
you knew he messed up.
And I was like, there you go. So you just gotta tell people sometimes you should have used a blinker.
We
And
should
then,
have been. We should,
right.
Oh wait, though.
what?
Never mind.
Okay.
I was just thinking. I was like, you should have called insurance regardless.
No.
Because then you, but you would have been
because
at
then it would've
fault.
been on
I would have been at
Yep.
fault. And it was a rental
Technically.
car.
Damn. Yeah,
So
no, don't
he
do
said,
that.
we don't have to call anybody. I said, oh, perfect. And
Have a
then
great day.
I jumped in the car and
Right.
skedoodled.
Okay, I really can't speak on this because I did it too. But people who have LED lights on their car, okay. Now, granted, I didn't have headlights for like 2 years, and I drove with my brights.
Throwing that out there.
But the thing
I was gonna
is,
say.
as someone who suffers from astigmatism, me driving at night is just a hazard to everybody on the road to begin with. So why are we
True.
driving with LED lights that are like brighter than like what's something bright? Like than the moon.
My
Why
future.
why is like brighter than my future? Like
Yeah.
why are we driving with LED lights? And I
Yours
thought they
just
were
as bright
illegal.
as the sun, low-key.
No, it
Those
is.
are very
They
blinding
are so
lights, and I
bright.
say that as a person who drives now with a car that has LED lights on
Yeah,
the front.
No,
it's
your
just
lights are bright.
insane.
They're bright.
I thought you had
I
your
know.
brights on coming up the hill.
I didn't.
I was
know, they
like,
just look like
oh.
Yeah, that's
yeah, but I was gonna
that.
say,
That's a car thing.
also the gag is you had your brights on for
I
2
know,
years.
I did, and I'm sorry. But
wasn't
I
Kelsey's
tried not to
fault.
drive at night when I could, okay?
That wasn't
That's why I
Kelsey's problem.
said it's like on me, but also like just
So She's like, she can empathize because she knows what it's
I
like.
can.
Yeah.
And then, okay, do I have any more? Oh, we're going to talk about old people driving while I'm on the driving topic.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just go ahead and really kick that out of the way.
Right, kick them out of the way.
This is something that three of us are passionate about is old people and driving.
I love old people, but they don't need to be behind the wheel.
Let me get the mic first.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not me saying that if you were old, you just should not be able to drive, because I know that when I get older, I'm going to be just as stubborn and being like, I don't want to drive. Like, I want to drive, be able to have that be able to drive on my own, have that liberty for myself.
Maybe I'll be rich enough and I can have my own driver.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
I think
same.
it should, especially
Yeah.
when you have a lot of health issues, or if you just got things going on to where you will not be able to operate and function a car properly, you need to get off the road. And I say this because I've seen so many people, and the argument is like, oh, but they're older, they don't want to give up that liberty. Of course, I understand that that's not something you want to give up as you're in your old age. I understand that, but you putting other people at risk and at danger because you can't drive is also not okay.
You can't even walk without support. How are you
how are you gonna drive? I cannot count how many times I've seen somebody not being able to park.
I'm blind too, but I put my contacts in. They don't got contacts at that age.
Yes.
Do they not?
Yes, they do. Kelsey,
is there an age limit on contacts?
No, there's not.
You really cannot
The
be
point
at that
is
age,
that maybe the solution is making them take a test every so often.
I agree.
Or and if you can't do that, then you either find somebody in your family, or maybe somebody needs to create a program where you're literally just driving elderly people around.
People Uber.
Literally, specifically for elderly, because nobody's trying to take that away from them.
Olber.
No, you kind of ate that up. You better stop that before somebody gonna take it. You gotta come up with that. Yeah. Trademark.
Trademark.
But yeah. So, that's my thing.
Yeah.
It's I understand that you don't want that taken away from you, but you're endangering hundreds and thousands and millions of other people because you cannot drive.
Yes.
You cannot drive. I have dang near almost gotten hit because the freaking guy didn't stop at the stoplight, and he stopped so much further ahead of the stoplight. I couldn't even I was like, dude, what am I supposed to do with that?
No, and I just feel bad sometimes when they're driving and they're literally just this
hunched over. I do feel bad.
I'm
but at the same time, safety.
Come on.
Yeah.
So my next one, which is also going to be a big talking point, is tipping culture. Okay, so let me just reel us in. Okay, so for me, with tipping culture, again, I've worked jobs too that I get tipped for, and obviously I'm going to give my best service so I can get tipped. Okay, and again, I do the same thing. If I'm going out to eat and I have great service, I'm going to tip. Even if I don't have the best service, I'm going to tip at least something.
Yeah.
Because that's how they make their wage. However, if I'm going to Sweet Cece's, I'm making my own frozen yogurt, pouring it myself, putting the toppings on, why the hell are you turning around an iPad and asking for a tip? The only thing you did was go, doot, doot, doot.
You put it on the scale.
And you asking me for a
Wait,
tip?
now I kind of want a froyo.
Myself.
Ooh, we should
Matter
get
of fact,
some.
give it to me.
Give it to me. Ooh, is there one close by? Okay, we'll talk about that later.
But yeah, that don't make no sense to me. And also, I've been in a drive-thru where they put an iPad outside of the window. Yeah. I'm sorry, but you're getting paid to make my Dutch Bros
they do
drink.
Some Starbucks, yeah, Dutch Bros.
I know I can make the drink at home, and I pay the $5 to get my drink. But what? Why do I need to tip you off for just pumping the syrup into my drink?
Right. I think the ones that get me are the drink shops. So your Swig, your Dutch Bros, your Starbucks, and coffee shops, because like I said, I worked in coffee shops for 8 months, and I worked at actual coffee shops. Your Starbucks, your Dutch Bros, your Swig, those aren't local, true coffee shops. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so it's fast paced, but they don't put as much labor into it. I would say. I don't know. I think with those, especially those big companies, I'm sorry that you only get 10 an hour. But I don't know. I don't see the point in tipping a Starbucks employee or at a coffee shop. Because first of all, my coffee's already $7. I'm not paying $9 for this cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and I say that too, and I still give the Dutch Bros people $1 every time. I still give the Swig people
Well,
$1
okay, but at
every
least
time.
Dutch Bros does it in a
But,
cute
like-
way. Like, I remember when, like, Drake and Kendrick were, like, really beefing for real.
Oh, yeah,
They
I
had,
remember,
like, a
like,
Drake
the
and then they had a
jars.
Kendrick jar. And that makes you, like,
That's
like,
smart.
You're
That's
gonna
fun.
want to, like,
No,
tip
I
more
like when
toward it
it's
to,
fun
like, let
or
you
when
know.
the service is like good. Like, you know, if I go to Dutch
the
Bros and they're like,
service is
I added
exceptional,
sprinkles for you just
because I
Right.
thought you would
That's
like
sweet.
it.
Like,
I'd be
okay.
like, okay.
I'm not saying never,
No, right.
but
me
most of
either.
the time.
But most of the time, if you're not doing that much work,
Right.
But at sit-down restaurants, every time, 20,
No, right,
20% every
100%.
time.
Even if I have horrible service and y'all fuck up my order, I'm gonna still tip you because I know that, like,
that's not your fault.
Yeah,
That's not
it's
even
not
the
your
server's
fault
fault a
most
lot
of
of the
the
time.
time.
that actually
It's not
happened
the
to me
kitchen.
on Sunday. I was after church. I went to this restaurant in Hermitage, and we just waited for so long, and they weren't that busy. And I was like, we've been waiting for like an hour. Like, what's going on? But I still, at the end of the day, I was like, I'm still tipping 20% because the server was he was kind. I mean, it's like, yeah, you know, whatever. But that kind of job is so much more like labor intensive and actually taking care. Like, I'm sitting there for an extended period of time.
Right.
You're taking care of me. I think
Exactly.
that's where, for me, it makes more sense to be like, yes.
Me too.
Now, I do think the base pay should still be higher because sometimes they get like $5 an hour, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I seen $2.
That's even crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, what about bartenders?
Um,
Because
I mean, depends on the setting.
the
Yeah,
setting,
If I'm at
okay.
a trashy bar, like if I'm going to Broadway, no. I'm sorry, no. No.
I do
N-O.
if they're
N-O.
like, if
Broadway?
somebody comes to me and they're like, you know, like going out of their way, sometimes like I'll give them like extra. Like I've given somebody on Broadway $5 before.
Well, actually, let me not lie.
'Cause there's
I have
people
to
that
give
are
him
like,
one or
oh,
two.
like, I'm sorry,
I'll give him a
I'm
couple
taking
of
forever or
dollars.
something like
yes,
that.
yeah. Let me not lie, because now that I think about it,
Yeah.
I have always tipped when I've been on Broadway. Let me not lie like that,
Right.
because those people are stressed out and
no,
they
correct.
are
And they have a
Yeah.
big
very
rush.
much so working, and they have that rush of people every night, and they're very much so on their feet. Let me not like that, okay? Like, ignore what I just said, okay? I think it just also, like I said, just depends on the bar.
Yeah.
If I know I'm getting myself into a fancy upscale bar, of course I'm going to tip.
Right.
Of course I'm going
When
to
they
tip
make
at
them
that
nice
nice
big
bar.
old fancy drinks, I'm like, ooh. Oh, when they put extra alcohol in it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time.
Our
Ooh, that's
favorite,
liquor.
our
Right.
favorite restaurant down the road,
Oh,
El
yes,
Sombrero.
El Sombrero. They
Uh,
be, they be
Chili.
doing good.
Sponsor us. That too.
Chili's
too. Anyway, okay. I was gonna say, I mean, I asked that because on last Friday, I went to this industry event and I got a mule.
Moscow.
Yeah, and it was $16, and I was like, and I'm gonna tip you. That's what I'm saying.
Good Google.
And so I mean, I did, but I was like, we're gonna put it on the. That's I know there was no menu or anything. It was kind of like
You just
at the
said-
event, so I just was like,
hell no.
well, I
Maybe
I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, yeah,
but it didn't. I added like $2 more because I was like, I also don't know how much to give somebody for making one drink. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
that's the thing with tipping. I don't really know, and that's kind of where I stand.
Okay.
I base it off vibes.
Yeah.
If I want to
Yeah.
tip you, I will. If I don't want to, I won't.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there we go.
Valid. Okay. My next one, it's also with the car one, and this is also kind of dumb, I think. But people blocking my view when to see an accident. Okay. Now, I'm not for
Rubbernecking.
Yes, I'm not for the people
Oh.
that are like bending their neck, like you said, rubbernecking and bending their neck all the way backwards to see something behind them,
Yeah.
and then stopping traffic for that.
Right.
But if I'm just like driving down the road and I can look over and see a fire truck, I want to know what's going on. Why the hell are you zooming past me when there's a fire truck right there? I just wanted to see what was going on, make sure they're okay.
I've never had that experience. But I have
That just
been on
annoys me
the
sometimes,
experience
yeah.
of like where the wreck is on the other side of the road, and I'm like, why are we stopping
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
this side
Why
of
are we
the
slowing
interstate?
down?
It didn't happen to us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even a few weeks ago, these two cars. It was raining, and I was heading home from work, and I was going on. I was going towards West End on the interstate, and these two cars crashed into each other
Oh,
on the interstate, probably like 100 feet in front of me.
damn.
And the Civic started spinning, and I was just like, okay. And I just got over into the other lane, and then the car like kind of spun into that lane. So I got into the other lane, and I just drove past them because I was like, I don't really know what to do right now. So I just kept going, and I like paused my music, and I remember I was listening to Flo. I was listening to
Oh, you didn't help them? You
what was
saw
I
them
supposed to
spin out?
what was I supposed to do?
Call the police?
Oh, he was fine. he wasn't like a serious wreck. He just like spun a little,
okay.
and then he stopped and then kept going. It wasn't like he was like
So
dying.
he just hydroplaned. Okay.
but into another person. Yeah. Anyway,
Well, damn.
he spun. We made eye contact as I was passing too. It was kind of crazy.
Oh
I was
my
like, oh.
God.
Anyway,
Okay.
so I just kept listening to my music and just kept driving. I don't even know why I started talking about that. So
Okay. My next one, I have a lot about driving, even though I hate it. But people parking next to you after you just parked in a spot. Okay. Now I say this because we're boycotting Target right now, but I went to Target like a long time ago. Okay, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But I parked at Target one time, and there was so many spots in the front, and this dude in this big ass van decided to park right next to me after I literally just drove right there, and they parked right next to me. And I like to sit in my car for a second and gather my thoughts before I walk into a store or before I'm about to leave.
Right.
Why are you parking right next to me?
I think another one to go off that is when people park
get it.
over the line and don't fix it.
Oh.
Cause,
Well.
but like after my car's already there, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
okay,
Like if
yeah.
I'm already parked and I come back and I can't even get into
yeah.
my door, I mean that happened to my neighbor did that to me the other day, and his Mercedes.
Okay, I have like two more.
I don't know his name.
Or
It's
three
fine.
more.
Okay.
One really quick. People who don't have personal space. Again, why are you all up in my grill? Very simple. That one,
It's a self-awareness thing.
just get out of my face. Okay. The next one. I also hate this is like my number 2. People who don't say thank you after you open the door for them or like go out of your way to help them with something. Okay.
Sometimes I don't, so that's on me as well. Actually.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I'm, like, going out, like, if I have all this stuff in my hand and I'm still opening a door for you, the least you could do is be like, oh, thank you. Or
Right.
let me get that for you. Like, I'm not saying you have to cater to me, but, like, I just think, like, minimum, you could just say thank you.
Sometimes I get in my head when people do it for me, and
No,
I just
right,
like
and I
forget
think
to
it's
say
okay.
something.
Like, if it's a double door, we were talking about this the other day. Like, if it's a double door and you say thank you for the first one, not the second one, I feel like that's okay.
Yes.
Or, like, vice
That
versa.
makes sense.
Like, if you
Yeah.
say thank you the
Yeah,
second
I'm
time,
like,
not the
do I
first,
just keep
that's
going?
okay.
Do I just keep
Yeah.
thanking you? I don't know.
Because most of the time it's the same person opening both doors, and then
Exactly.
you don't want to be like, thank you. Like, that's kind of weird. But,
But I
either
get
way.
I get where you're coming from.
yeah. And then finally, my last one I have is people who reply all on a group email. Okay, now I feel like we're at an age.
That's funny.
We're at this age now. We're all out of college. We should know better than to reply all to a damn email. Okay.
Right.
Look, sorry if you're just not tech savvy or uneducated in Gmail or wherever you're sending an email from, but there's a button that says reply to the sender, and then the reply all, and then forward, and then there's delete. Okay. If you need to reply to the sender, you can hit reply to sender and say, hey, so-and-so, and answer the email. If it's a reply all that specifically says, do not reply all to the email, why are you replying all?
Yeah, and I think the only exception is, are you saying something that everyone in this thread needs to
agree.
know?
Yes, yeah.
Like for my emails for work, I'm talking to like a venue, and I need everybody on that thread to be involved in the
Which
thread at all
that's okay,
times,
yeah.
right? But if someone's just, for example, another example, this happened actually at work, they'll send us updates in just like the world of the music industry. And someone replied to the whole thread and was like, oh, that's so cool. But this email is to like hundreds of employees.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need to know that you think it's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care
And
that you
that's
think
like,
it's cool.
The thing is I got an email yesterday that was like, it was like a schedule for like the next schedule or whatever, and then it was like, if you can't make your shift or whatever, reply to me. But they replied all
To everybody?
and
Gosh.
said, hey, I won't make this so and so, like the manager. Why are you replying? Oh, you can just reply to that person or just send them a text.
And also for safety reasons, like what if you're giving like personal information and
exactly.
you need to know where the reply to sender button
Yes.
is regardless.
I just feel like we're grown, and at that point, and if you really don't know that, then why are you replying to that email and not just texting the manager or emailing the manager directly?
We can give a rundown on Gmail.
Yeah, please.
Our next
if you need it, I
podcast.
can give you all
In the
crash
next
course.
episode.
The next
Melody
I'll be
Mayhem.
working in Gmail every single day. Okay. Does anybody have anything else?
No, I think we're done.
I don't have any more pet peeves. I don't think. I mean, I do, but like not
I'm
at
sure
this
there's
moment.
some that we didn't mention. So if y'all have some and y'all want to share them with us,
Yeah,
put them in
share
the
some
comments
pet
or reply on
Yeah.
the Spotify podcast.
Reply
too.
all.
You can like
Don't
don't reply
reply
all,
all.
but like reply for a discussion. You can like
Period.
comment them or comment them on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
We'd love to chat with
Yes, I honestly was gonna say I think mine are more in the moment. Like when someone does something, I'm like, ooh, that annoyed me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, name them. I want to go through the comments. I want to see.
No, same.
I want to be like, oh
or
yeah.
if you agree, like, be like, oh yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with
please
that.
validate us because.
I know.
Yeah, just
Everyone
validate
needs
me.
validation.
I love validation. It's my favorite love language.
This is gonna be a long episode to edit, so pray for me, guys. With that being said, is that all?
Goodbye.
That is all.
All right.
Thanks for having
Bye,
me.
Pookie.
Bye.